Razorsharplifestyle101. The hardworking and ambitious. See, the hardworking and ambitious have habituated maximizing the cooperation of his confidence, his comrades, and constitutes for his self-improvement and fulfillment. The hardworking and ambitious have habituated maximizing his gift inside of it. The hardworking and ambitious of individuality takes evasive action to maximize their individuality through their self-expression of hard work and dedication. But the sloths conform to the status quo. The hardworking and ambitious is conscious of the sharp effect of his hard work and dedication he represents to the sloths around him, that his leisure that stems from it is something that is painful to the eyes of the sloth because of envy. And he knows that pride leads them to cause themselves to be shortchanged from their opportunity to be empowered by his philosophy of hard work and dedication. And their slothful attitude and ingratitude is their damnation, sabotaging them from progress and making them more poisonous. Hard work and dedication is the foundation of success. The hard-working ambitious. The hard-working ambitious is conscious of the reality that the core value of ambition propels the high achiever to maximize his working years through high savings rate of contribution and compound interest, retirement accounts, to balance the scales of his working years to a lesser amount by increasing his net worth to the greatest amount for his inner satisfaction of self-fulfillment. But lazy fools of sloth sabotage themselves by remaining victims of the taxman through their consumptuous lifestyle of instant gratification and skeptical attitude towards self-investment in the philosophy of the successful investor, the millionaire, and the hard-working ambitious. Look at here. Okay. The hard-working ambitious is something that you must sacralize, because it would induce you to make sacrifices of your immediate leisure in order for your progress. The hard-working ambitious is dedicated to the living off the fruit of his own thoughts to enhance his future, and his dedication represents a high lifestyle of self-fulfillment. But lazy fools of sloth sabotage themselves with thoughts of instant gratification and short-term vision, consequently causing themselves to have a lifestyle of desperation and self-pity. The hard-working ambitious of character is conscious of the reality that most people are unreliable in this age of convenience. This reality induces them to sacralize the exceptional circle of 4 masterminded individuals in life, and recognize all others as only fans of their individuality and unique style. The hard-working ambitious. This is something that you must sacralize, the understanding that you must sacralize. The Word of God says the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Knowledge and understanding is so sacred. It must be sacred to you in order for you to be influenced by the best of success. Look at here. The hard-working ambitious of knowledge has sacrificed the core value of wonder, and this empowers them to learn all that represents high monetary value. And their sacred sense of wonder propels them to search for solutions to unanswered questions that represent monetary benefits or the lack thereof. But lazy fools of sloth scoff at the wonder of success and monetary increase, which is the root cause of their desperation. The hard-working ambitious is conscious of the reality that high figures in their account represent a high level of self-discipline, knowing that because figures don't lie, it only reveals your sacralization of the core value of self-discipline being the ultimate key to your socio-economic progress. The hardworking and ambitious of self-fulfillment have sacralized the use of visual cues and images of self-fulfillment and achievement to fulfill their heart's desire and move forward to accomplish every goal they set without distraction. And the sacralization of their visual cues of success induces them to sacrifice their immediate leisure of social activities in order to have more and be more. The hardworking ambitious must be sacralized. The hardworking ambitious of individualities is conscious of the reality that his enthusiasm to individualize himself represent his anticipation of being the success he visualized. And the reality of this induces him to increase his appetite for his success by not allowing himself to be distracted by his immediate gratifications and leisure of social activities, and by postponing them for extended appropriate periods of time in order to maximize his pleasure of enjoyment, his pleasure of enjoying them, and enhance his individuality by representing the core value of moderation. The hardworking ambitious of individuality is conscious of the reality that his gusto for success is the root cause of his gusto for success is the root cause of his progress. Let me repeat that. His gusto for success is the root cause of his progress. And this induces him to sacralize the core value of enthusiasm and his anticipation of success, causing him to sacrifice his immediate leisure of social activities in order to experience being the success he individualized himself as being. But the lazy fools of sloth represent apathy. I say the lazy fools of sloth represent apathy. Selah. Let me let you think about that. While I smoke this cigarette. Sip my champagne. Let's speak about apathy. Apathy is something that it is something that you must mortify from your spirit, because you do not want to be around no one who's apathetic. You don't want to surround yourself with anyone that's apathetic. So Larry asked me, well, how can you, distance yourself from the apathetic? I'm going to tell you. The greatest excuse that you can have to distance yourself from the apathetic, from the careless, is that you're busy. Busyness is the greatest excuse that you can use to, distract the apathetic from socializing with you. Let's say you're busy. You're busy doing you're busy trying to get your shit together. You're busy working. Busyness and work is the greatest excuse that you can use to not surround yourself or not allow the apathetic, the sloths, the lazy fools of sloths to not be around you. Apathy is something that is very dangerous when it comes to success. Because if you are surrounding yourself with the apathetic, those who don't care It will sabotage your growth. Apathy. Apathy. Do not sacralize apathy. The result of you sacralizing apathy is that you will sacrifice the core values of self-fulfillment and improvement for instant gratification. Be careful what you sacralize. Understand. Now, the hardworking and ambitious of individuality is conscious of that. And they sacralize the core value of enthusiasm and anticipation of success, causing them to sacralize their immediate leisure of social activities in order to experience the success he individualized himself as being. But lazy fools of sloth represent apathy for self-improvement after they experience frustration of setbacks and the lack of immediate results and benefits. Understand. The hardworking and ambitious of high character have sacralized the habit of being a principled individual. And they are conscious of the reality that their peace of mind and happiness stems from their representation and sacralization of the core values of self-improvement and fulfillment. The hardworking and ambitious is conscious of the reality that the sacralization of his self-analysis, creative ability, and the curiosity of success ensures their success. Selah. Think about that. Selah. Now, I'm gonna share something with you that's very powerful. Nowadays, in this age of convenience, that most don't pause to think. The problem is with individualizing yourself and achieving self-idealization is that you don't pause to think because you're distracted by conformity. And those who are distracted and sabotaged by conformity are the ones that are worried about Johnny and Larry and, in the public's opinion. Now, I mean, it's nothing wrong with being concerned or being careful about what you do in actually being aware of how you affect people by your appearance. I would not call it worrying about what people think. I would say an awareness of who you are and how you affect the public by how you appear. Now, that's not the same as worrying about what other people think. Okay? That's a different thing. That's self-awareness. Now, understand. You must understand that self-awareness represents a construction of who you are in an action of what you do and how it affects those around you. And that perception that they have because of who you are. Now follow me. Having a large net worth is better than having a high income. All wealth and no income is not ideal, and all income and not no wealth is not ideal either. The hard-working ambitions of knowledge and imagination is conscious of the reality that the core value of self-analysis and creative ability ensures your success of self-idealization. And the sloth of neglecting it is the core cause of misery and self-pity, desperation, and failure. The hard-working ambitions of creative ability is conscious of the reality that the sacralization of images of achievement empowers him to achieve every self-fulfilling prophecy he positively conceived. And learning, progress, and self-achievement is impossible without the inspiration of modeling. Let me repeat that. Learning, progress, and self-achievement is impossible without the inspiration of modeling. And the sacralization of this philosophy induces him to sacrifice his social activities of immediate leisure, which ensures his success. Sila. Think about that. Now, you have to figure out what ensures your success. It's like a nutrient. You got to figure out what nutrients that are good for your body and your mind. And that requires research. The reason why they say that knowledge and understanding is important and essential is that it has its own voice. It will tell you the requirements in the direction that you must follow in order for you to succeed definitely. Understand that the sloths, they're deaf. And they choose to be that way because of sloth. It requires hard work and dedication to actually move forward. Progress has a voice to it. And every step you take towards progress, towards your self-idealization, it has a voice of its own. It will tell you which way to go because it's very spiritual. The sloths don't understand this because their thinking is distorted by conformity and instant gratification. It's very slow. When you are a slow thinker, you shortchange yourself of growth and opportunity and self-idealization. You're distracted. And you never met a successful person in life that's slow in thinking. They're slow in making decisions, but they're never slow in thinking. Let me repeat that. They're slow in making decisions, but they're never slow in thinking. As it pertains to instant gratification. They make quick choices when it comes to their progress. But when it pertains to instant gratification, they're very slow in their choice. They pause. Understand, That the hardworking ambitious of individuality is conscious of the reality that your admiration of whoever represents your emulation. Let me repeat that. The hardworking ambitious of individuality is conscious of the reality that your admiration of whoever represents your emulation and among the core values represented by people of great success and high thought of imagination drives them to emulate them in order to experience the high success results that they are enjoying. The hardworking ambitious is conscious of the examples of self-discipline, which they have sacralized in order for them to habitually enhance their well-being. They are inspired to make great sacrifices for their core value of self-discipline. And the act of sacralizing their paths of success enables them to not be victimized by pleasurable distractions of procrastination and status quo. The hardworking ambitious have having sacralized the fainting from exhaustion of working beyond the call of duty. They would rather die from exhaustion of being creative and adventurous than die from the exhaustion of boredom, which represents the lack of imagination, which hampers success and progress. But the sloth's slow response to the persistence and faith of success and progress causes them to easily faint because of the time it takes to experience self-achievement. The hard work and dedication of time and great effort to succeed is intimidating to them, but the hard working ambitious represents a mastermind group of excellence to necessitate them if they faint from their above average effort of work because they have sacralized being conscious, faithful, and persistent. Let me repeat that. The hard work and dedication of time and great effort to succeed is intimidating to them, but the hard working ambitious represents a mastermind. The hard working ambitious represents a mastermind group of excellence to resuscitate them if they faint from their above average effort of work because they sacralize being conscious, faithful, and persistent. Selah. I'm going to let you think about that. The sacralization of that. It's where I want a sacralization of that. What are you conscious of? A lot of people say, I'm conscious. I'm conscious. And what are you conscious of? Okay, if you tell me you're conscious, I mean you have sacralized it. What you're saying to me is that, Johnny, I'm conscious of this. I'm conscious, positively conscious of what's going on in the society. What you're saying is that you have sacralized it. Because it's impossible to be positively conscious without it being sacred to you. It's impossible. Whatever you're positively conscious of, you're going to sacralize. Point blank. Whatever you positively conscious of, you will sacralize. Whatever you conscious of for your direction, your self-improvement, your self-fulfillment, you will sacralize. If it's sacred to you, if what you're conscious of for your self-improvement and your fulfillment, your success, your self-idealization, it will be sacred to you. So I'm watching your actions. I'm watching your vocabulary. I'm watching every step that you make. Well, I mean, it ain't right to judge people, Larry. I mean, I don't judge people. I mean, I'm just cool. I sit to myself. I don't judge. That is what you're conscious of for your self-improvement and self-fulfillment. You will make it sacred to you. You will sacralize it. Which means that if you sacralize it, that means that you will sacrifice for it. Because it's sacred to you. Every saint understands that what's sacred to them, they make sacrifices for it. You cannot sacralize anything without making sacrifices for it. Sacrificing what? Sacrificing the sloth within you of instant gratification, of social activities that stunt your growth and sabotage your character. Understand this. Understand this sacred philosophy of Razorsharplifestyle 101. The hardworking ambitious is conscious of the reality that the sloth of procrastination is the enemy of success. But the ant philosophy is what they sacralize to ensure their daily progress of self-idealization. Through sacrifices, increase their value of service in maximizing every season for steady growth. Let me repeat that. The ant philosophy is what they sacralize to ensure their daily progress of self-idealization. Through sacrifices in increasing their value of service and maximizing every season for their steady growth. The hardworking ambitious is conscious of the reality that the core value of information is the most valuable commodity on earth. And the opinions of the opinionated are the cheapest commodities of all commodities. The hardworking ambitious, Razorsharplifestyle 101.